Hey folks, this is Vincent Idley with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Whispers in the West. It's important to stress that what you're looking at here is a preview build, so everything that you're about to see is subject to change. From my understanding, this is similar to Escape Simulator in that it's cooperative and players can work together to solve mysteries. The base game will include a 5 to 10 minute tutorial, which I've already done off camera. It includes a 15-minute mini-mystery called The Portrait and a 60-minute mystery called The Break-In. Now, from what I'm told, the other episodes, like The Cult, The Ghost, The Giraffe, and so on, are going to be available as separate paid DLCs. I do not know what the base game is going to be going for. That information was not included in my press kit. I was told in my press email, however, that only the host needs to own this game. Everyone else can join in for free. So we're going to attempt that today. Ida Lee downloaded the demo. Hopefully she'll have access to some of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the portrait, which we have not attempted before. And I'm going to go ahead and hit start game. On the very top, it says join game. That's where you enter the code. And then there's options here. I'm not going to dive too deep into this. Just go ahead and pause the video if you want to see any of this in greater detail. There is Twitch integration and voice chat, as you can see here. I'm going to turn that off because I just prefer just using Discord. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the portrait and hit start game, and I will provide idly here with the code momentarily. So on the very top, it says room code JRF. And I can also copy and paste it if you need it. And it looks like you're in on the very bottom there, Pony Sleigh Station. Cool. So from my understanding, there are 4 characters that you can be. And from what the tutorial told me, each individual will be able to access certain things or possibly have some kind of special ability. There is an optional timer in this game. Novice is 20 minutes, Detective is 15 minutes. There's also a relaxed mode, which I'm going to turn on. It's unlimited time. That way we've got a chance to explore the environment and comment on what we see. So that's kind of cool. So there's the sheriff, who has personal knowledge. You know just about everyone in town, and you knew their parents as well. Personal item. The Lone Star of the Sheriff inspires fear or respect, and in doing so passes judgment. There's Jezebel Vega, the Outlaw. You have a soft spot for the rougher side of life, and for the rougher people it produces. You can get anyone talking except for good, upstanding citizens. Personal item. Who needs a warrant when you have a lockpick? Okay. Then you've got Jack Jones. Personal knowledge. They tell stories about you in just about every town. You're a man marked by destiny. The West whispers to you. Personal item. He has a gun, from the looks of it, a weapon. And finally, Wendy Watson, a deputy. You're a trained physician and pathologist. You can make a witness out of a corpse. Personal item, the very pinnacle of modern investigation expertise. The deputy can bring evidence back to the office and investigate it further. Okay. I'm fine with just being the sheriff. Do you have a preference on who you want to be?
I think I'm going to be the deputy.
The deputy. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Hopefully... Okay, this should be interesting. Hopefully we don't need the other 2 characters. Okay, so I'll hit ready on the bottom there.
Yep, same.
I was about to make an I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy joke, but I figured you'd be too young to get the reference.
Bob Marley.
Yes, very good.
Great song.
I'm old. Alright, Whispers in the West. The Portrait. Should we skip this or just watch it?
Oh, watch it.
Okay.
This looks like the tutorial, kind of.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I can't believe this. My precious portrait is gone. This is quite literally the end of my world. This is outrageous indeed. I will let the sheriff's office know. They need to find out who has done this before the end of the day. He looks like Sir Topham Hatt from Thomas the Tank Engine. Have you seen?
No.
Okay, well, I had a son who loved Thomas the Tank Engine, so there you go. All right, so we're slicing open an envelope. The mayor's portrait has been stolen in a daring heist. The mayor has Been openly weeping all morning. Time to go and console him.
No.
All right. So, personal item badge, but you got something different. So, like I said, you're going to be moving around an environment, being able to interact with things.
Ooh.
On the very bottom right of the screen is a report, case report. Here you can sort of input your answers and then attempt to end the game to see if you're correct. So I guess this is like your lock your answer in kind of place. This
Okay.
is the map. There's, as you can see, about, I want to say 9 or 10 locations if I'm just quickly counting. There is a briefcase which has your inventory in it. And then lastly, characters, which we have not really met any yet.
Okay.
All right. So, can you move around?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. That's good. And if I hit the map and go somewhere, I'm curious to know if you're gonna be here when I click. I'm gonna click Town Hall.
Go for it.
Are you still in the sheriff's office? Because
I
I'm a.
am still in
Oh,
the sheriff's
so you
office.
can move around freely. Well, I go. Okay. I'm talking
Okay.
to the mayor. Oh,
Yeah, it says found character.
what's that?
It said found character
Oh,
mayor at the top
gotcha.
left of my screen.
Oh, it's just awful. On top of that, my head hurts. Some varmint came in here and stole my precious portrait. You need to find out who did this before the end of the day. Got it? I'm a man who's used to getting what he asks for. When you figure it out, be sure to put it in your case report. I'll ask what happened. What happened? I felt tired after lunch and fell asleep in my office yesterday. Then I woke up, turned around to get back to admiring it, and it was just gone. My precious portrait is gone. This is quite literally the end of my world. Any suspects? Everyone. There are lots of people who are probably jealous of that portrait. Just start by asking around to see whose story doesn't add up. You can look back to what people say in your case report, if need be. Okay. Alright, I'm going to investigate the wall. There was a portrait here, but it's gone now. Who removed it and why? Alright. So, didn't he say something about getting... I don't know. My head hurts. So, what's interesting to me... He woke up. He fell asleep. I bet you his food was drugged. Because he said he fell asleep after eating lunch, right? And now his head hurts. So what if he wasn't hit?
It says I presented my his luncheon into my journal, and it said traces of what appear to be scraps of meat and some spilled liquid. But wait, on top of that, there are some traces of some strange garnish. I know this. It's dried valerian root, typically used as a sleep aid. Was the mayor drugged?
So I
Yeah.
was right. Look at that. See, I'm already Sherlock Holmes over here. All right.
Very nice.
Sure.
Very nice.
All right. Perhaps I should try some. Okay, so drugged is what we're
Yeah.
looking for. Okay. So then maybe we just go around town. I'll start at the butcher on the
Okay.
bottom left. I mean, they've got the meat, right? So maybe they know something about it. Okay, howdy, darling. Welcome to Betsy's Butchers. Alright, nothing goes to waste. Are you here for a fresh cut? Anything I can help you with? Well, so when I talk to characters in this game, I can either ask about something or present them. There's a Q and an E button. The Q button, I can present something. So, what if I present the missing portrait? Let's see what she says. The mayor's portrait was stolen? I knew it. What have you seen? The portrait? That's right. Tell me everything you know. So I saw the rascal in the dead of night carrying the painting out of the mayor's house, but I couldn't make out who it was. What were you doing in the middle of the night? Well, I've been having a hard time lately, and the butchery helps me when I'm stressed. So I was up late, rhythmically plunging my cleaver into a slab of meat, and I popped out for some fresh air. That's when I saw it. It's such a shame for the mayor. Maybe I should send him some jerky. Anyone suspicious? Who do you think is responsible? It could have been anyone. Zeed's, well, he's a desperate layabout who hangs around the town square, but I really like him. There's Greasy Gideon, the bartender. You wouldn't believe the things he greases mustaches with. Gosh, who else? So many suspects. It seems impossible to untangle. I just wish I'd seen the culprit better. Okay. I'm gonna present her with this luncheon.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all heard about my unforgettable luncheon? Well, if you're in for a treat, I'm serving up some for the finest meats for you tomorrow. Okay. Um, so I can also present the mayor to the butcher. I don't know what that's gonna do. The mayor knows what he likes. He likes sitting in his chair, bragging and having meals delivered. He keeps the town going, and more importantly, keeps my business going. He's my best customer. Okay. Well, I don't
He
think that...
said,
Hmm?
oh, sorry, real quick. It said he was saying how much he liked her. He doesn't know what he would do without her. And he said it was after the sweet beef brisket of hers he fell asleep on the spot.
Right. So either she put the drug in the meat, or they said it was delivered, right? He likes
Yeah.
having things delivered. So whoever delivered it may have put the chemical or whatever in the food on the way, if I had to guess. Okay. So let's close that down. All right. So let's go ahead and hit M for map. Maybe we'll go to the saloon. Well, I'll go to the saloon.
Right.
And maybe, I mean, if there was alcohol, I'm curious. Howdy, Sheriff. I'm afraid you might find yourself burdened with the need to earn your keep. And I can't. Someone stole this mayor's portrait and he's furious about it. Perhaps this could be your opportunity to prove yourself. Have you seen anything? Rumor has it's someone walked right in and took it. Happened just before sundown. Bar was empty aside from the boys over there. They're not in the habit of leaving their chairs. I'm given to understand the mayor would still be in his office around about that time. He has recently found himself occupied almost entirely in the admiring of that painting. I'm surprised it was out of his sight. Suspects. Who could have done it? I haven't moved from this spot behind the bar in quite some time, owing to my frankly devastating back injury. I suggest you cast your eye over some of the more athletic denizens of Brimstone. Alright, I'm gonna ask him about this luncheon, see if he knows anything. Sorry, I can't help you with that. The portrait... Who would want to steal that thing? I gotta wonder... No useful information there. I'm gonna walk over to the other part of the tavern. I can't talk to these people. I wonder who plays the piano. I'll pass. Alright. I don't see anything else to investigate other than just, like, the piano, but I don't know. Okay, so I guess I'll head to... I guess the square? Or maybe the bank? What do you think?
Probably the bank. I don't know.
Okay. Alright, I guess we're gonna talk to the banker. Welcome to the Hello, Sheriff. Is there something I can do for you? Incident. Oh, it's the talk of the town. I went to all this trouble facilitating the most expensive artistic commission I've ever seen, and now it's gone. I shouldn't say it, but a crime of this magnitude? It smells like an opportunity for a savvy investigator, doesn't it? Information. Well, yes, in my line of work it pays to be informed, so naturally I keep a note of everyone's personal affairs for quality and training purposes. Some might call me a snoop, but I prefer beating heart of the community. The mayor's gratitude will make for quite an asset, so I'll help you with your investigation. Suspects. It's a bulky object difficult to fence on account of it being a gigantic image of the previous owner. You wouldn't go after such a thing unless you were desperate and out of your mind. Maybe there's a way to narrow it down. I'll present the luncheon to him, see if he gets anything. The Butcher Betsy's Hearty Luncheon? I missed that too. The portrait. Oh, that painting is absolutely exquisite. Okay. The commission for it was astronomically high. Aside from the raw value, I suspect it will be ransomed back to the mayor before it turns up in the private market. It's what I would do. What if I just do the badge? I can't overstate the giddy thrill that I get from collaborating with authority. Okay. I guess I can ask him about the butcher. The butcher used to worry about her money troubles, but this morning she promised she'd be paying off her loans very soon, and then she winked at me. She's a strange one. Maybe she was trying to charm me, or maybe. Okay. What about the bartender? I like him. He's a shrewd businessman with enviable personal grooming. He has a bad back and extremely healthy finances, so it doesn't sound like he would be the one to steal it. What about the mayor? The mayor is completely above suspicion. He's a paragon of the spirit of the West. He's the richest man I know. Okay. All right. I guess I'll head to the square and see what's over here. Okay, so there's Zed over here. The mayor is so mad, I better... Sheriff. Look, sir, I haven't done anything wrong, I promise. I'm just plain old innocent Zed today, sir. What would the likes of me do with a stolen painting? Sleep under it? You have questions for me? What happened? Well, from what I heard, someone broke into the mayor's office and stole something. But I was here all the time after sundown. I would have seen someone trying to steal the painting, so it couldn't have been after sundown. I think the drinkers over there might have something. The painting. Everyone in town heard the mayor bragging about the new portrait, but you can hear what I heard from nobody, and remember, you didn't hear it from me, all right? I heard it's already been sold for more money than I've ever seen. I just don't understand such a thing. My fancy picture book is better. The one the sheriff locked up in his drawer. Okay. So, what if I ask about the luncheon? Sorry, I really don't know about that one. We'll ask about the portrait. Oh, there you are.
Hello.
I heard that it was stolen yesterday afternoon before sundown, which I'm sure about. I wasn't here all the time after sundown, and I didn't see anything going on at the town hall. I heard it's a valuable painting. Okay. So... cat.
I'm asking the cat.
Oh. I didn't know you could do that. There's a Seth over here. You hear about what happened to the mayor? I ain't seen the mayor this round up. Oh, Ernest as well. I saw it happen yesterday, I tell you. Right in broad daylight, just after sundown. Oh, just before sundown. I saw someone hauling something away from the town hall. Did you see who it was? No, it was against the light. Also, I didn't think much of it at the time. Best the situation is resolved soon. I heard the town's got some new help. A British woman, some kind of desperado, and a cowboy all working with the sheriff. Haha. Uh-huh. Okay, so what if I ask about the luncheon? Can't you see I'm busy? Show me something worth talking about. Missing portrait. A portrait has got the mayor all sore. No good's gonna come in any of this. Okay, anything... What are you doing? Just walking back and forth?
Yeah. So a lot of people are saying that they stole it on sundown, but the butcher said that it happened at midnight.
Yeah, that's her timing is off, and the banker did say that she was about to pay off her loan soon.
Yeah.
So part of me is thinking that the butcher is responsible.
Maybe.
So she's got a motive. She's paying off debt, and she did create the meat, or she's butchering the meat. So it was easy for her to include that in. Now, is it possible? So you did investigate the meat, and there was traces of crap in there.
I wonder what happens if I present it to her. I think I did try. But...
And something about the mayor's house, though. I could have sworn she said something about the mayor's house, but everyone keeps saying the town hall. Is there a location, sheriff's, is the town hall where he lives? Because...
That's where he's residing, it looks like.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Because they made reference to his house, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. It's not his house, it's the town hall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, we've visited every location as far as I can tell. I don't know if I should just show my badge. I don't know if showing my badge to everyone would, mean anything. Present.
Were
Yeah,
there
yeah,
any
Sheriff. There's nothing against the law. What's that?
were there any items that we picked up at all?
That just that luncheon thing. Just that lunch. I'm gonna present everyone with my badge to see if I can get them to crack. Okay. What about if I
Mm.
ask them about the butcher? She's a really sweet lady. I think I saw her go and see the mayor during the evening. She told me before she had an appointment, I think. I wonder if I can collaborate some of that with her. Let's go ahead and ask about. I'm gonna ask about the butcher again with these other people.
Okay.
Betsy, she scares me. There's no such thing as being too nice. I have to send my buddy on the lunch run now. I'm barred from entering due to my weird comments. Um, okay. I mean, I have a suspicion. Let me go back to the butcher.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna submit my badge to her and see if I can get her to crack or anything. Items present. Oh, Sheriff, I'm so impressed by your badge. Thank you for your service to this fine community. It reminds me of an award I won for my bacon a few years ago, though yours is obviously much more prestigious. Okay, well, that's all. All right, let me investigate. Meat of indeterminate origin, my favorite. Does she have... I have to wonder if she has... I'm looking around her area for, like, poison or... Alright, I'm gonna talk to her about Zeed.
Okay.
People badmouth Zeed, but I like him. I once found him throwing down with a coyote over the contents of my garbage can. They made friends in the end. Alright, what if I talk to her about... Seth? Sorry, partner, can't help you there. Alright, what about Ernest? Can't help me there. Why not take a break from all your snoop? Can I furnish you with some of my jerky?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, why not?
Mm.
Oh, I ate it. Tastes like a dream. That can't be good. So I'm gonna re-ask her. What have you what have you seen? I saw some rascal in the dead of night carrying the painting out of the mayor's house, but I couldn't make out who it was. So according to the mayor's story,
Mm-hmm.
he woke up what after lunch? I'll go back and ask him. I have a terrible memory. But he woke up after lunch in the afternoon and his painting was gone.
He said that he fell asleep right after.
After
You can see like the dialogue history in the R, I think, if you press
Okay.
R.
So if I click on the mayor here,
Mm-hmm.
I mean I'm pretty sure it's the butcher, but okay.
Yeah, he says it was after the sweet brisket of hers I fell asleep on the spot. So it seemed like it was immediately.
Does it say? Yeah, but so you need to find out who did this. When did he? I'm looking at the
I pinned
dialogue
it.
history. Does it
I
say
I
when?
pinned it. I pinned it. Can you see it on the bottom left?
Um,
If you exit out the dialogue history.
yeah. So I do see something down there. It
Mhm.
was after the sweet beef brisket of hers. I fell asleep on the spot. So was that in the afternoon then? Is that what it was? The lunch?
I'm not sure what time, but it just says the hearty luncheon prepared by the butcher. Yeah.
Um,
But I'm not sure what time that was.
I
I'll see you.
felt tired after lunch and fell asleep in my office yesterday.
Okay.
So yeah, so he fell asleep after lunch, and she's saying she saw someone carrying it out in the dead of night
Mm-hmm.
out of the mayor's house. So that doesn't make any sense to me. Like those two stories are completely off.
Yeah.
So I'm probably spending more time than I need on this. I mean, it sounds like the butcher is
All right, butcher. Who stole the portrait? Butcher. I clicked on the top.
Did you already do the case report?
Well, I'm not hitting confirm. I don't know
I'll hit
what
confirm.
happened.
It's fine.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I'm gonna guess the butcher. Now you have to discuss. You will have time between days to discuss the answers. Okay, so your team needs to agree on the answers before submitting the case report. So you have to go to case report and submit the butcher's answer as well.
Okay, that's what I did.
Okay. You can use the fast forward button to the next to the timer to end the investigation. Okay, so I'm going to click on fast forward and hit OK, check. And she did say that she was the banker said she was going to pay off some loans there. So, all right, I'll hit end game.
Okay.
And I think you have to do it as well.
Oh, where's that at?
So case report, and then on the bottom, yeah.
I got it.
So let's see if we were right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Who stole the portrait? Your
If it
selection.
Was that easy.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be a 15-minute mini mystery, so I can't imagine it was that difficult. But watch us get it wrong.
I know.
Oh, well, there's the painting.
Oh, okay.
Something happened. To think that Betsy could come up with such a plan. These working people, they have a cunning to them. Still, my painting is back where it belongs, and I'm getting hungry. All's well that ends well. All right. And then it should give us some kind of progress report of some kind. Who stole the portrait? We got it right. 100 out of 100. No hints used. I didn't even know there was a hint system.
I didn't either.
Okay. So we got 250 for that. What happened? So if I click on what happened on the bottom, that's kind of cool. So yeah, this would prove to be a particularly expensive lunch for the mayor. So it's going through, I guess, the story. So what did you think of this? Like, did you enjoy this? Like, I mean, I granted it was just the mini mystery, but
I really enjoyed it. It reminds me of that Magistrate movie, The Magister, or something.
The Magister.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool. I really liked the investigative thing. It was very easy, this one, just because I examined the luncheon, the meal. So
what's interesting is that Zed here is saying, Betsy the Butcher asked me to get her some valerian root. Now, he didn't tell me that, and he didn't tell you that as far as I know. So I wonder if that was like an outlaw question, like one of the other characters. I heard it helps with sleep. Does she have trouble falling asleep at night? So yeah, so Zed was the one that got... That's one thing that was left undetermined. How did she get... Like, where did that poison come from? What did she use to knock him out?
Yeah, like, it said valerian. Like, I think my little... When I examined it, it said valerian.
Oh, really?
Yes, okay. But I didn't see anybody talk about that at all.
Yeah, me neither. What keeps Betsy up at night must be her dire financial situation. Oh, yeah, I knew about that.
Interesting.
And the mayor... I should have known there was something wrong when my lunch was seasoned. It's not natural. That valerian root knocked me out completely right after lunch. When the mayor woke up, he found the portrait stolen. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's unfortunate, however, that the base game is just this 15-minute episode and another 60-minute episode. That's it. And then there's like... What bothers me is that there's like 4 or 5 paid DLC after this. Escape Simulator has, 4 or 5 different themed levels. Like, or campaigns, I should say. Like, the Egyptian has 4 levels or so, 3 or 4 levels. The space stuff has 3 or 4 levels. So, like, I'm hoping that the base game here is relatively cheap. I'm talking like $2 or $3, and that each of the DLCs are like $2 or $3, because all you're getting is a 60-minute experience here, and that's it. Aside from the 15-minute stuff.
I'm hoping, like, I doubt it, but I'm hoping it's procedurally generated.
It's not. I already asked that. I asked about that in my press email, because I was hesitant to cover this game because I'm like, well, they're only giving me a key for one case, and there's all these other cases, and I asked, is it timed? And they said no. You can, well, it is, but you can turn that off. And the other question I asked was, is it procedurally generated? And they said no. The answers are fixed. So once you pay the money to get this game, and you blow through the 15-minute case and a 60-minute case, then like, what's their like? At that point, maybe play through it with a different character and see what different dialogue options unlock. But you already know the answer, possibly, unless you got it wrong the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like
that's
it's a cool idea. I hope that I hope it retails for cheap, because the replayability just isn't there without some kind of workshop support. Like Escape Simulator has workshop support. People can make levels. This game, all you've got is just, again, about an hour's worth of content.
Even Escape Academy, even though it's fixed, it has a lot of content in it.
Right.
Its own, and if you start over, you're gonna forget everything, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. Well, I guess we'll end it there. Whispers in the West. I liked the idea of it. I just hope that it retails for a decent price, considering the length of these cases. And I hope that more content gets released later, because it's a cool idea. But I'm not going to pay 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks. You know, just it's just I'm worried that it's going to turn into that whole like, you know, City Skyline, you know, Paradox Interactive DLC practice where everything is like 5, 10 bucks, and then you end up paying 50 or 60 bucks for, you know, just an hour, you know, just a series of hour-long cases. So I'm hoping the price on this is going to be fair. But anywho, that was Whispers in the West. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all next time. Take care.
Bye, guys.